So I'm just going to jump right into this video. Okay, so I came up with these points like, I think it's necessary for our ancestral cousins, that is the Black Americans that is moving back to the continent. These are the basic things that they need to understand about Africa. I hope this is going to be helpful. So, number one is please understand that Africans are complicated just as other humans elsewhere. Okay, so I know that for so many years the Western media have gaslighted everyone and misrepresented African people. We were painted as living in Sahara and interacting with animals. We have little or no contact with the real human beings. This is how we have been painted to be. And a lot of people around the world probably we erroneously mistaken Africans to be that pure people or like innocent people that only deals with animals, okay, that don't have these other problematic behaviors. No, 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 no. Far from that. They are very smart, they are very strategic, and very calculative. And especially when dealing with people they think have a close relationship with dollars, okay? Now they see you as their opportunity and they will do anything to get some of those dollars. They're not as stupid as Western media painted them to be. So just when you get to the continent, just, tread with caution. Just like you deal with people around the world, Africans are no different. And in the case of Africans, and I must be honest, are complicated with certain, behavior altering elements like poverty. Like you see people doing certain things just to survive. It's not like because they are bad, they are desperate to survive. So that's why you're going to have to be very careful to protect yourself. Number two, Africa's serving God mentality. I do not blame anyone because for so many years the Western media propaganda network has portrayed Africa as being desperately poor and needing the West, the serving God, to help them out to survive a day. And once again, I have asked these questions about what's the definition of poverty for the West, because I cannot understand the contradiction or the discrepancy that Africans are poor. Africans doesn't run on a credit system. They pay their way with their own hard-earned cash. They may not look flamboyant or they may not look rich, but they are not totally poor, as you think. So, with all of this internalization of these stereotypes, many people are set to go to Africa to be a saving God. And when you go to Africa and give them that mentality, they're going to help you save them by making sure they fleece you until you have no single dime left in your pocket. I'm telling you. Number three is marriage intentions. I love to follow some of our Black American cousins that repatriated to Africa. It gives me so much joy to follow them to find out how they are doing. And I also noticed that some of our sisters has also gotten married to the brothers in the continent, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, I am so happy and excited about it all. Finally the children of Mama Africa are coming back together. I mean, this is a beautiful thing in the world that we've been praying for. But however, caution should be taken. People have to give some time to understand the continent and the culture they are moving into, and to be able to assimilate into that culture, to understand the people, their thought process, their mindset, and their behavior, their character, everything, their lifestyle. Okay, because in Africa, you just don't marry the man, you marry the whole entire family. This is Africa for you. And for a Western woman, it might be a little bit too much for her. So that's what I'm saying, that people need to slow down to also to understand the socio-cultural makeup of African societies. So that's why I will encourage people to just go back to Africa, concentrate on yourself, try to heal from many abuses that you endured in this system. Try to have that peace, enjoy the freedom that comes with Africa, a beautiful landscape, and also the food, the organic food. Take care of yourself first, okay? And on the process, you're going to meet the right person, because when people quickly jump into marriage, they're going to make mistakes, just like the previous videos that I finished analyzing. A sister just got married to this guy that is exploiting her. Just within 2 months that she moved to Ghana. That was very fast, very quick. Maybe it is too early to get into that relationship. There is nothing wrong with dating. There is nothing wrong with partnership. Don't just say I do until you get to understand that person well. And for our Africans, there is a lot to understand about us. So this is my thoughts and recommendation about the marriage thing. Number 4, no delegation. Learn how to do things for yourself. Try to understand the culture. Try to understand how the business is operated, or how things work. Just as when we Africans born in the continent comes over to the West, and we try to assimilate ourselves into the culture, to try to understand the system, to try to understand the people, to be able to function. So yeah, try to understand these things is gonna help you a lot, so that you can be less dependent on African people, because the more you are dependent on them, they're gonna kill you financially. They're gonna inflate bills, okay? They're going to lie their ways. They're gonna hit your pocket. Don't give anyone your money to go do anything for you. Go out there and do it for yourself. Even if you have an African helping you, go there with them and have your money on your pocket to find out what you are paying for and for why. Or is there any way you can get it cheap? Live like an African. I'm telling you. And once our African people understand that you are down to the debt with them, all that shenanigans are going to stop. They're going to know, this is not the one we're going to pull the wool over their eyes. They are very smart. But if you want to keep living the West and completely segregate yourself from the people and hoping on them for them to offer you that rosy services, it comes with a price. And you cannot really live in the African continent with that kind of attitude. Number 5, watch out for manipulation. Because in Africa, we really are not very good with communication. It's not like the West, where they would tell you directly what they want. We are not direct in Africa. We rather want to scheme our way or to manipulate the person to get what we want from them. When you look at one of my videos when I narrated so many reasons why African in diasporans marriages fail, one of them is communication failure, because we really don't know how to talk to each other. We simply don't operate that way. Rather, they will find a different ways to get around you, to get that money out of you, either by emotional manipulation or any kind of manipulation. The last one is be straight with our people. When you are dealing with them in any business capacity, or even in marriage or any kind of friendship, Be straight with them, talk to them respectfully, in a friendly manner, while being assertive and subtle in expressing your expectation and letting them know that you know in so many ways that they can be dishonest. And you will not mind going to extraordinary miles to protect and defend what is important to you. But you're not going to be saying these things like aggressively or being confrontational about it. You don't want to do it because you might be endangering yourself too. You don't want them to perceive that you are talking to them in a threatening manner. Remember, this is their country. They know everything, bad boys, every corner, every ghetto, everything. So they're in a position to hurt you. This is why I recommend that our cousins, the Black Americans who wants to repatriate to Africa, should start watching the channels of the continental Africans in diaspora, especially those who talk about the Africans in the continent and Africans in diaspora dynamic, like I talk all the time in my channel. So you got to understand how they treat us because you are no different from us. Because guess what? The common denominator here is dollars. Okay? They will monetize you just as they monetize us. I will see you in the next episode. Peace out.